Both of them note the fluency of these elections, the transparency that was strived for in this electoral process. And by the way, Vladimir Zhirinovsky noted that Vladimir Putin's triumph is well-deserved and he supports his power. So in this way we finish this information presented from Red Square, the future seat of the future president. Monica.
Thank you very much, Mauricio, for this information from our studio right on Red Square. The new state leader will receive the reins of Medvedev's government, whose administration was marked by some important landmarks. Among them, there's the sign of the new agreement START with the US, Russia's entry into the WTO, and approximation to Latin America. Maria Starostina will tell us about the challenges and successes of this period. A triumph followed by a challenge. Only 2 months after taking charge of Russia's presidency, Dmitry Medvedev had to take a decision on which depended the destiny of millions of people. In August of 2008, Georgia began an attack against South Ossetia, where 90% of the population had Russian citizenship. With the purpose of safeguarding the population, the president sent troops into the war zone. This step brought the conflict to an end, after which the Caucasian republics of South Ossetia and Abkhazia proclaimed independence, recognized by Russia, Venezuela, Nicaragua, and other states.
They opened fire using rocket launch vehicles and other weaponry. I decided to wait and obtain more data, but soon I was informed that the Georgians destroyed a tent of one of our peacekeeping troop units. Then I decided to open fire.
After coming to the Kremlin in a presidential quality, Medvedev championed the re-establishment of relationship between Russia and the US to leave behind remnants of the Cold War. The major embodiment of this new policy was a START treaty, according to which both countries pledged to reduce to 1/3 atomic strategy supplies in terms of a decade. This document, according to many experts, became a major point for global security.
I would say that reset actually has been accomplished. That means relations between Russia and the US have normalized. The main goal was to achieve nuclear disarmament of both superpowers. The reset helped resolve some of the important issues. Russia helped the US in Afghanistan, and the US permitted involvement so actively in the internal affairs of our neighbors.
This political advance partially can be explained by personal relations between the two presidents. Medvedev's visit to the United States was marked by an informal environment, more proper for two friends rather than for two heads of state. While visiting the United States, Dmitry Medvedev didn't miss the opportunity to have a walk in the famous Silicon Valley, accompanied by an exceptional guide, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Medvedev couldn't resist the temptation to try in action some of the devices.
I'll be back.
Medvedev also took advantage of this trip to promote his aspiring project, the scientific complex Skolkovo. This innovation center already cooperates with major firms in this field, but his interest was far beyond just new technologies. During the first year in power, the Russian